People ask me the most often what I actually do, what my daily life looks like, because if they find it hard to imagine what working in an international organization is like. Of course, it's easy to understand that we travel, that we go to conferences, but what does the daily work look like? My work consists mostly in managing a large team of people who are experts in various areas of social policy, starting with children, family policies, gender equality, but all the way to pensions and poverty and even social housing and affordable housing. We focus on almost every part of people's lives that is somehow affected by potential social problems. The most challenging but the most important task is to make sure that everybody stays motivated. One of the things that I'm trying to do is to assign people as much as possible to tasks that they're really interested in. Then the other thing is, I think, to pick up on when people become unhappy, find out why that is the reason, and try and resolve the situation. Sometimes it has to do with work, sometimes it has to do with things that are happening outside of work, but I think it's important to create those energies. What happens at home determines very much what happens at the workplace. There's not a single OECD country, despite many other advances in other areas, where women do less housework and unpaid work than men. There is one leading country, a champion country, which started very early in recognizing the importance of parental leave, and particularly father's leave, and that's Iceland. Nowadays, men are taking much more leave than they did before with those new regulations. But surprisingly, there's also other OECD countries which have very comparatively generous regulations for father's leave. And those are two Asian countries, Japan and South Korea. In many cases, these fathers in these countries, they do not dare to take the leave because it is culturally not acceptable in many companies and workplaces for men to actually take up their legal rights. And so that shows you also it's not a matter of just legislating leave, but it's actually a matter of cultural change that has to happen in companies. And I think before we get a better balance at home, it will be very, very difficult to achieve a better balance in the workplace. I think if you want to work in a place like the OECD, or perhaps even more generally, particularly as a woman, I found it extremely important to have one area of strong expertise. To have one area where I'm known as an expert to be particularly good at something and know my numbers, know my facts. And that, I think, has helped me over the years in meetings, even in areas which were very male-dominated, to have self-confidence, to know that I got my facts right and putting those facts on the table. And the more obscure or specific that subject area is, the easier it is to get heard, because not everybody has the facts to contradict you.